YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Today I'm doing a Q&A with Cameron. I have questions for Cameron here, and then he has questions for me, and then there are questions for the both of us. So we're just gonna jump right on in.
This video brought to you by Einstock Icelandic beer. White ale is amazing. It's smooth, has a little hint of orange. I dig it. You can't get it everywhere. Makes it unique.
You know what you can get everywhere? Starbucks. So go to your nearest Starbucks and grab a tumbler because they're so cute.
And fill it with water like April. Question
number 1. If you could live in someone else's body for one day, who would you choose?
Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez's body, because she is, besides just being a badass straight up, she is changing the world and making really great connections. What did you want to be when you were little?
This is a cute question. The first thing I ever wanted to be was an astronaut. I was obsessed with outer space and the planets and like discovering new planets and life on Mars.
Where would you go? What planet?
The moon. I don't know. I feel like it would just be such a cool view to be on the moon.
Because it's the closest object to Earth, right?
Yeah, and I would like hang out on the moon and then just look down at Earth. I feel like that would be cool.
That'd be super cool.
What's the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you? Who wants to go first?
You go first.
In 3rd grade, I really had to go to the restroom, and I was in class and it was picture day. And I was wearing the most like cutest dress, and I really had to use the restroom, and I had a really strict teacher that wouldn't let us go to the restroom often. It had to be for emergencies only, and I think I had already gone to the restroom like that day more than once, so I was like so scared to ask, and I literally started peeing in my seat. The nurse called my aunt and asked if she could pick me up, and she said no, so the nurse blow dried my dress.
I think a lot of people have similar experiences. I think, well, mine is that it was in 2nd grade, and I was too afraid to ask to go to the restroom, so I just, went in my seat. But I didn't tell anybody. I was lucky enough. I had a really long or yellow raincoat that I just wore over my clothes, and it hid everything, thank God.
Ew.
So thankfully, this was 2nd grade. I don't think anyone remembers.
Except the teachers or the people that had to clean it up.
Maybe. What is something you have gotten into since lockdown?
I would say cooking. I've always loved to cook, but when lockdown happened is when I started experimenting with different recipes on Pinterest.
So my background's in research and analytics, and I have since lockdown applied that to investing. So probably that, looking at opportunities to, follow windfalls.
What are your thoughts on NFTs?
So NFTs, for people who don't know, non-fungible tokens. So it's basically cryptocurrency that isn't just a currency. It could be artwork. And what is cool about NFTs is that they are unique and verifiably owned by an individual. NFTs are super cool. I think eventually they're going to be like the thing where people want to own a piece of Picasso, or a piece by Picasso. It's unique to you, it is beautiful, and it is, I think the future is probably NFTs and cryptocurrency. What is the last movie that made you cry?
To All the Boys, I love the last one. The scene that made me cry was, sorry, I'm gonna spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it, but the scene that made me cry was when the dad decided that he was gonna marry the neighbor. Got me so emotional. I feel like I'm gonna cry right now. But basically the eldest daughter gave her blessing to marry her father because she said that she made her father so happy. And it was just really sweet. And from there on out, I cried the rest of the movie for everything that was happening. So that movie. But the beginning of the movie was really boring for me, and I stopped watching it and came back to it on another day because that's how bored I got, but the ending was great and it made me cry.
Were you looking to be in a relationship when you first met?
I was just ready to have something that was like real and meaningful and like positive. So in a way I was ready, but I wouldn't say I was necessarily looking.
I definitely wasn't looking to be in a relationship. I was very comfortable with, being single and wanting to develop myself like that. But then April kind of made herself made herself known to me, and I liked what I saw, so I pursued her. So yeah.
What are some good companies to invest in right now?
So it's important to invest in what you know. So for instance, I know tech. That's my background. So I invest in 5G, I invest in genomics, I invest in AI, big data. That's what I know and that's what I love. And that's definitely, there is a future in it. And I know really where it's going. So I can make some pretty good sound investments now for the future. April knows makeup, she knows clothing and all of those. And there are sound investments there too. Any recommendations for a good moisturizer?
Currently, I'm using Cetaphil. I think that one has SPF in it as well, but another good brand is CeraVe. Both of these brands are dermatologist recommended, and my dermatologist recommended these brands specifically to me because they're great for people who have sensitive skin. I love using the Cetaphil one because it has SPF, and it's also really good to wear underneath your makeup because it's very it's not heavy or thick, it's really lightweight. And I think another brand that I would recommend is called Supergoop. That one I wear more when I'm going out and in the sun for long periods of time, like hiking, working out. It's a moisturizer and sunblock in one. Okay.
This candle, by the way, smells fabulous.
Yes.
It is leather and embers. We got it from Target today for like $12. It's amazing.
I know. It was Cameron's first candle purchase, and
Yeah.
he loves it. What is your dream place to visit and why?
When I was younger, my brother had this thing that he was adamant he was at one point in time like a pharaoh, and that he was Egyptian. And even funnier enough, we have Egyptian in our blood. And I just have always kind of wondered what it would be like to be there. It sounds beautiful. The people sound really unique and interesting.
Mine would be Egypt too. Because I also, like Cameron's brother, went through a period of time where I was obsessed with like reading about Egyptians. And I feel like in my past life, I could have been like a princess. I feel like it would be a beautiful place for someone to go to on their honeymoon. Do you like Hawaiian pizza?
No.
What don't you like about it?
Actually, I love any type of pizza. I'll eat Hawaiian, no problem. But it's not my favorite, and it's just the ham is very light, and I like something that like you taste like heavy. And then pineapple. Pineapple's cool, but it's a little sweet, and that's not really what I expect in a pizza. It's just not what I grew up with. Do you think college is still a good idea for people in 2021?
Okay, I think college is always a great idea. I think, furthering your education is like a privilege.
What about school now where it's all online? Is it worth it?
If you're looking to have more of a like well-rounded experience, then probably not. Like me personally, I wouldn't do school now because I like interacting with my classmates. I like person-to-person interactions, and I like being there.
Who said I love you first?
I know the answer to this question, but
It was me.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I remember I was kind of scared, to be honest, because I felt like it happened really fast, and like I said, I wasn't really trying to pursue a relationship, but if it happened, it happened. I feel like I'm gonna cry. I knew that like this time it was like real and positive and like real love, I guess. So it scared me, but I set it back because I knew that I loved you.
You set it back the first time?
I don't know. Did I? What do
No,
you
I think I said it once, and you didn't say anything, and then the second time you said it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you support April wanting to create a YouTube channel, and why?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important that you have support when you express yourself because it's a difficult thing. If you don't have support, it can be kind of damaging. But even besides that, I support the type of art that she makes. She really has like other people in mind, and she wants to, use it to make people's lives better. So I think, yeah, it's a great cause. What are your goals for 2021?
Okay, so fitness, I just want to like be in better shape than I am in now. I want to take care of my body and nurture it. And then I want to be consistent with YouTube, and I just want to see where it goes. I want to care about this channel. Long-term goal for 2021 to really figure out what I want to do to make money and make sure that I love it. What movie can you quote from start to finish? You can't,
none.
right?
I have terrible memory, and I pay attention during movies, but when the movie's over, it's kind of like broad strokes. So.
Okay, for me, it would probably be any Disney movie.
What about that new one with the frog?
Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
Yeah, goody.
How does it start? What's the
What?
first scene?
Why do you do this to me?
Right now.
No.
Right now.
No. Moving on. Next question.
Are you a walk on the beach type of person or a walk in the woods? I'm a walk in the woods to dispose of a dead body type of person.
Oh my god.
No, I don't know. Honestly, I've lived near a beach for a long time. It's kind of like whatever to me. So I probably would, just sound different.
Okay, so I feel like I would do woods as well. I love like walking on the beach, and I love like being in the sun. Don't get me wrong. I love going hiking and being in nature. So for that reason, I would choose a walk in the woods. And it kind of sounds like mysterious.
If you could date anyone besides your boyfriend, who would it be?
Oh my god, that's not the question.
What is your favorite movie genre?
Mine is horror.
But why?
I don't know why. I just have always loved like horror movies. And I think my like least favorite would be sci-fi or comedy, even though that wasn't a part of the question. I do like comedy, but I don't like dumb comedy. And a lot of movies nowadays are like super dumb.
Sci-fi can be cool. But okay. Can we go through the first like 3?
What was your favorite movie? You didn't answer the question.
Okay. Shh. Let's pretend nothing happened. My favorite genre, but I love movies that kind of like make comments. They're commentary on the world and like what we are and what we do. What movie did we just see that was made by the one about politics?
I really care a lot.
That one was great, but the one before that, it was about politics, and they went to like this little town in somewhere in the.
Oh, I hated that
Middle
movie.
East.
It was so boring. I hated it. Was Steve Carell? No,
Steve Carell was in it.
He was,
Yeah,
right?
Steve
Okay,
Carell was in
good,
it,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, that was boring. I hated
It
it.
was a great movie.
It's not because it was thought-provoking.
It was thought-provoking.
It was very boring.
It was.
I was bored.
A little boring. But I mean, a little boring from April's standards. I know her, and I know she needs action.
Let's close the video. What are we gonna say?
This video brought to you by Einstock Icelandic beer. White ale is amazing. It's smooth. Has a little hint of orange. I dig it. You can't get it everywhere. Makes it unique.
You know what you can get everywhere? Starbucks. So go to your nearest Starbucks and grab a tumbler because they're so cute.
And fill it with water like April.